So before we begin Book 4 of Homer's The Iliad, I must apologize for the sound of my voice, as I seem to have picked up a seasonal cold. But if you haven't read or heard the first couple parts of this summary series, I highly suggest you check out the links down in the description below. But if you're all caught up, we'll begin with Book 4 of Homer's The Iliad, where the Truce begins to erupt in war. So Book 4 begins upon Mount Olympus, where the gods are arguing over the war. Zeus suggests that the peace holds, despite his promises to Achilles' mother, for he does this simply by considering the oaths that were given during the duel had already sealed the fates of the Trojans and had sealed the honors of war and the spoils of it to the Achaeans. Helen and treasures should be returned to Menelaus. He does this also, not just because of the oaths, but he also does it because of his desire for the men of Troy to remain alive, as Troy is actually one of his favored cities. Zeus then asks why Aphrodite had whisked away Paris when the death's door was so near, in the same breath, claims victory to Menelaus. Hera and Athena begin to plot together secretly during Zeus's exchange with Aphrodite. Zeus, of course, hears the two plot the destruction of Troy and openly mocks the two. Hera protests that she wouldn't protest if Zeus had destroyed all of her favorite cities, and as a result, he should not protest if they destroy his. Zeus yields to this reasoning, surprisingly, and he tells them to do as their hearts desire. Athena shoots down to Troy as a result to break the truce. Athena then disguises herself as a Trojan soldier, wading through the ranks to find Anantor. And upon finding the archer, she urges him to loose an arrow at Menelaus, promising the foolish archer praises and honors on his success in ending the war in one fell blow. For should Menelaus die, the Achaeans will lose their casus belli and be forced to retreat. For it is quite simple reasoning the archer takes. You can't have your reason for war to be to recover your wife if the husband himself is dead. And with that, the fool takes the bait and launches an arrow with deadly intent. But crafty Athena deflects the arrow away from Menelaus' lethal areas, instead having it strike his belt, drawing blood in the process. Seeing Menelaus injured, Agamemnon goes to him, embraces the man, and calls the truce broken, and laments to the Greeks that he sent Menelaus to his death. Menelaus is thankfully himself not dead, but he is only superficially wounded. Agamemnon uses the praises of Menelaus' honor and scorns the dishonorable Trojans to sally his men for the coming engagement. And with that, the two armies meet. The Greek army, spurred on by Agamemnon's words, surges forth, and the violence begins. The gods of Olympus drive the men on, sending great warriors to their doom in droves, as Homer gives their lives histories and the family for each man right before sending them to an early grave, describing grimly and openly that death comes instantaneously and there is no stopping it. And with that, the bloodbath of Book 4 begins. With the Greek heroes dying on all sides, Book 4 ends in the middle of a battle. And if you are enjoying this story so far, despite this summary being so short, you can pick up a copy of the Iliad and the Odyssey in a leather-bound edition down in the links below. This is an affiliate link, and it will help out the channel to help keep producing these videos. If you didn't like the video, don't hesitate to give it a dislike and leave me a comment below on anything I can do to improve. And with that, I wish everybody the best, and I look forward to seeing you all in Book 5 of the Iliad. Take care, everyone.